Hey everybody, welcome back to Bones and Brews. So today we're going to make a whole turkey on the Weber Smoky Mountain 22 inch. So this is a format I've been using for probably about 10 years making turkey at Thanksgiving. So today I'll just show you folks how I do it. It's really easy and it comes out tasting really great. So I've got myself a fresh turkey here. I actually got this one that was not frozen, but if you get a frozen turkey, make sure you pull it out well in advance, a few days in advance. Let's in the refrigerator. You definitely want it to thaw out. Then what I did is I actually used just kind of a simple turkey brine. To be honest, you can find any brine online and see something that works for you based on the flavor of your turkey you're looking for. But mine was more of a vegetable, a broth-based brine that I had it soaking in overnight. I just pulled it out about an hour ago from the brine. I rinsed it off, got it ready to go, and then dabbed it off with paper towels to dry it out, and then I slid it back into the refrigerator to help the skin dry out just a little bit longer. All right. Also, in order to get myself ready and prepped, I got a few items here ready to go. So I made myself a spice blend of sage, thyme, and a few other items, and I'll put it all in the description of this episode. And what we're going to do with that spice blend is here in a minute, I'm going to put it in some melted butter, and we're going to use that to coat onto the skin of this turkey. But before we get to that part, what we're going to do is we're going to stuff this turkey with 3 simple ingredients. We're going to use Granny Smith apples, white onions, and some fresh rosemary. So I've got it all sitting right here, and I'm going to go ahead and stuff it into the cavity of this turkey. And I really just want to make sure I fill the cavity up as much as I can. And that rosemary is going to just give it such a great aroma from the inside out. All right, and we really want to stuff the turkey all the way as well, because it's going to help cook all the way through and much more of an even cook for our turkey. All right, get a little more of that apple in there. All right, and then what I'm going to do is take a piece of string, and I'm going to go ahead and tie off the legs here and go ahead and close it up so a lot of that stuff stays in there. I've already got my smoker going. It's at about 250 degrees. I'm hoping that it'll take me about 30 minutes per pound. This bird right here is about 10 pounds. I didn't get a really big bird for today's episode, but I'm going to do another one in a few days. It'll be much larger. All right, so it's ready to go in this format. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do is, because I'm going to cook it with that cavity side or breast side down to begin with, I'm going to go ahead, use my melted butter that I have here, and I actually use this to warm on the smoker, keep it warm. So if I want to dab some more on later, I can. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put in my herb mix into that butter. All right, I'm going to mix it up a little bit. All right, and go ahead and just kind of fully coat the bird here. This is really going to help that skin. It just be nice and golden brown through the entire process. You'll be so glad you did this. And we're going to be adding this mixture of this butter and these herbs on a couple of times during the smoking process. Once we're about halfway through the cook, we'll actually flip the bird over as well. All right, I want to make sure I get everything here. All right. So what I did too is I have this turkey already sitting on a rack that I can just place the rack on the smoker, so I really don't have to grab the skin with my hands and get that oil mixture all over myself at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on the smoker, and when I lay this on the smoker, I'm going to take a little bit more of this fresh rosemary and lay it across the top as well. So let's go ahead and get it started. I'm going to go ahead and use some toothpicks as well, because the wings here on the side of the bird are kind of sticking out a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of stick them back in. All right, throw in just a little bit of the fresh rosemary across the top. And that's all she wrote. We're going to let it get through the cook. Probably I'm going to let it go about 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. And then we're going to turn the bird over. I'm going to come back probably every 45 minutes, coat it with some more of the butter and herb mixture just keep it going. I want to keep it nice and oily across it and really get that skin nice and golden brown through the process. What we're ultimately looking to do is when we probe with the thermometer into the breast of today's turkey, we're looking for it to hit 165 to 168 degrees. That'll be really that great threshold. Then we'll pull it off. We're gonna let it rest for about 20 or 30 minutes and it's ready to serve. All right, so we're gonna let it smoke for a little bit. We'll come back and check it here and put some more butter mixture on in just a little while. All right, so our turkey is at 165. I just probed the breast of the turkey and we are ready to roll. So we're gonna take it off and see what we look like. All right, so we've pulled the turkey off of the smoker. It took about 5 hours, so I timed it about right. About a 10-pound turkey, went about a half hour per pound, so dead on. You'll see nice and golden brown here across the top of this turkey. You can see some of that rosemary and thyme mix that was in that buttery mix. I just kept brushing on the turkey about each half hour, every 45 minutes. I did turn it about 2 hours into the cook and turn it over, and so the breast side would then be up. You can still probably see that stuffed side there with those nice charred onions and that rosemary in there. You can see a little bit of that charred rosemary twig there, and the green apples in there as well. It smells just so good. You can smell that buttery herb mix that I was using on there the entire time. It's just amazing. So what I'm doing now is let it really just rest for about 20 to 30 minutes. I'll get it inside and then we'll start carving it up and enjoying it with the family. All right, so hopefully you learned how to make a smoked whole turkey. This is the way I do it. There are many of other great ways out there as well. Or if you want to use some of the techniques and mix in your own and play with it, go right ahead. But just like every episode of Bones and Brews, we're going to finish today's episode with a beverage. So today from Maplewood Brewing, which is in Chicago, I'm going with what's called Brownie Points. This is a brown ale with vanilla in it. And it's real. I had one on tap just the other day and it tasted amazing, so I had to get one for the episode as well. And I actually tried it out here in St. Louis at what's called the Beer Sauce Shop, and they gave me a Maplewood Brewing glass to go with it as well. So we'll use that. I don't know about you guys, but when there's a chill in the air like there is now, I really, really do like a good brown ale. And you can smell that hint of vanilla in there. Also a little bit of toffee. It smells so good. Oh yeah, this is going to taste great while I'm inside prepping the turkey and getting everything else ready for dinner. So like every episode, remember to like us, share us, and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you again on Bones and Brews.